Hey folks, so today's video is another week, another palette. I'm using the Tarte Tarteist Pro palette. So this is a fairly new palette, new release. Now the reason why I wanted to pick this one up is because the reviews are literally 50-50 from what I can tell. People either really hate this palette, like think it's absolute shit, or people are like, no, this is fantastic. I like trying things out that people have like two very drastic opinions on, just because I feel like I've tried so many different eyeshadows and so many different palettes that I can really like figure out my opinion of it and give you guys like what I feel about it. Now obviously different palettes are going to work on different people. Some people are going to love certain formulas and some people aren't, so keep that in mind. Now obviously the people who are sent it for PR seem to be talking pretty highly about it. People who are purchasing it from their own money were sort of reviewing it negatively. That's also a little shady for me, so I was like, okay, I gotta try this out and sort of figure out like just what the quality is like. So yeah, all throughout the week you guys are gonna see my first impressions of the actual eyeshadows, because this is the first look that I've done applying it. It just came in my mail a couple days ago. I did a couple finger swatches, so I talked to you guys a little bit about the consistency that I found in the video as well. But yeah, so I wanted to start off doing sort of a cool toned eye. Oh god, see, I got that fucking lip gloss on my teeth. It's like I literally talk about it at the end of the video about like, oh, it's probably going to be so unflattering to get this on your teeth, and it's like everywhere. Kind of wanted to take a break from warm toned eyes because I did a full sort of week of that using the Venus palette and use something a little bit more cool toned. So yeah, if you guys are curious about this palette or if you want to know how to do this tutorial, then just stay tuned. Okay, so the eyeshadows that I'm going to be using today, I went into the crease with a little bit of Indie as well as Profesh, which is like the stupidest name for an eyeshadow. Then I used a little bit of Fierce as well as Vamp, as well as Trendy. Okay, so then 4 brushes, I'm using 4. I'm using this larger sort of soft fluffy brush for the cream shade as like a brow highlight. Then I'm also using a MAC 239. I'm using a MAC 217, and then I'm using this is just a Morphe, I don't know what brush this is, but it's like a concealer brush. I just like using that for underneath the bottom lashes. One thing that's a little annoying about this palette is that the mirror doesn't lay flat. I think I'm so used to like cardboard packaging that the mirror lays flat that like having that mirror like that actually annoys me. I just feel like I'm gonna hit it with something and break it, or you know, when I'm showing you guys eyeshadows I have to like angle that in such a way that's weird. Okay, so I'm taking this fluffier brush and I'm picking up a little bit of Classic. It's sort of a cream color. Now these eyeshadows are extremely soft. Like they have a lot of kick up and they're very, very, very soft is the best way that I can put it. They're not densely packed at all. So far I haven't had too much of an issue with them, except for the fact that there is a lot of fallout, and I feel like it's the kind of eyeshadow that like you're going to have to apply a base, otherwise they're not really gonna stick to the like eyelid. Alright, so the next I'm going into Indie. So I don't know if you guys can see just from me having this palette for like a day. One, fingerprints get on this everywhere. Really kicks up product, and there's not a whole lot of product in the pan. I think these are like 1 gram each. So I'm just taking that on the 217. This is gonna go right into my crease. I kind of wanted a more cool tone. Like you guys can see the fallout just instantly from that. It doesn't really stick on the brush very well, but you can work it really nicely onto the eyelid, and it does stick and stay on the eyelid, so there's that. These are definitely eyeshadows where you're gonna want to do your eyeshadow first before you do your under eye or before you do like your whole foundation even. Alright, so then next I'm taking a flat shader brush. I'm gonna go into Fierce, which is sort of a lighter purple. This is gonna go on the inner half of my lid. This eyeshadow is getting placed just right on the inner part of the lid. And then I'm just going to take that same brush. I'm gonna go into this darkest purple in the palette, which is Vamp. This is gonna go on the outer half of my eye. Again, the fallout from this one is pretty significant. Like I have that all underneath my eye. Also not applying the best this shade. It's not quite as smooth as the other one that we just put on. Now I'm just gonna go back in with my crease color and help to just blend all of this out. Alright, so the next up what I did was I actually took a little bit of Trendy, which is this shade here. This is your sort of like blue-brown color, but it actually isn't the same as blue-brown. It pulls more of a blue-purple than it does a blue sort of reddish-brown. So it is slightly different than your standard shade like that. I'm just going to take that on my finger, and I'm actually just going to apply this just sort of on top of everything that we just put there. Just in the middle of the eye. Okay, so then for right underneath the eye, I'm using that small sort of concealer brush. I'm going to go back into Trendy, and then this is just going to get applied right underneath my bottom lashes. Alright, and then I'm actually just going to finish up the inner corner highlight. I'm taking a little bit of Glam on my finger as well, and I'm just going to place that just lightly, just right on the inner corner. Alright, so then that's it for the eye. Next up, I'm going to apply a coat of mascara. I happened to get a little sample. Thank God Sephora had like a 100-point perk of my favorite mascara. This is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. This is what it normally looks like. And also, apparently when you order online for Sephora.com, you can't order like multiples of samples, which is annoying because I would have got like 10 and just had them, but this should actually hold me out on mascara until like Christmas, where I get gift cards and I'll go buy like the full size one. One thing I will let you guys know is that my eyelashes are all fucked up from using this mascara, the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I have an issue, and I know some of you guys have it too, where if I can feel my mascara, I have like the need to pull it off of my eyelashes, and so I almost need like a formula that's easily like crumbly, so that I'm not stuck like pulling eyelashes out. I don't do it often. It's just sometimes like late at night where I just like, you know, you go like this and you go, oh god, I just need to get that off. Well, I accidentally did that and pulled out like 18 eyelashes on this eye. So yeah, this eye looks great, but then these eyelashes are all screwed up, so my bad. That being said, this mascara makes like the 6 eyelashes I do have on this side actually look good. Okay, so then for the face, I'm using NYX Taupe Blush as my contour. And then I'm also just going to apply my blush, which is Nora's Orgasm. Okay, so then for lips, I was really excited because again, this was like a 100-point perk for Sephora. And it was the Anastasia Beverly Hills, what I thought liquid lipstick in the color Potion, like the dark one. Turns out it's a lip gloss. So I'm like, sure, yeah, I'll spend 100 points on like a mini liquid lipstick, but no, it's a gloss. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna apply this just on my lips. I'm gonna see like how pigmented it is. I don't know, this might be a disaster, but we'll see. Oh god, it's so thick. That's what she said. Okay, so then that is the gloss on the lips. Just a heads up, definitely not my favorite thing. I'm really not a fan of lip glosses. I do have to admit that is super pigmented, just like a lip gloss without any sort of lip liner or dark color underneath, but realistically, I would not be really wearing this just because, can you imagine getting this shit on your teeth? Like, I just ate it. It would be so unflattering if you actually got that on your teeth. Now, I could see just doing like a little bit of a bottom lip kind of thing, like if you were going out to like a holiday party or something with like a color this dark. But it's so like, it's not sticky, but it's like really thick, I find. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of lip glosses, so I don't know. If you guys like these, so be it. That being said, it is super pigmented. It's a nice color, but I doubt that I would wear this beyond like 5 minutes of me filming this video and then immediately taking it off. If you guys have this, what does this smell like? It smells like something from my childhood, and I can't figure out what. Like something really familiar, and I don't know what it smells like. Almost like fruity birthday cake. I don't know. If you guys have this again, please let me know if you can figure out what the fuck this smells like, because I literally sat here and was like, what does this smell like? It's weird. So yeah, that wraps up day 1 using the Tarteist Pro palette. So far, from what I can tell, these eyeshadows are a little bit more on the powdery, softer, not as super pigmented side. The shimmer shades are working out like fantastic. I kind of expected that. I'm gonna definitely play around with the mattes just because I have a feeling they're not gonna be my favorite texture, but we'll see as the week goes on, using it a couple more times and see if it's gonna be something that I end up really liking or something that I might be returning. I don't know. So yeah, hope you guys like this first day and are interested in watching the next 4 looks. I don't know what I'm going to create. This is a brand new palette to me, so you guys get to see my first impressions every day. and definitely stay tuned for my review at the end of the week once I sort of gather my thoughts on like how they perform and that kind of thing. So yeah, hopefully you guys like it, and until my next video, I will talk to all of you soon. Bye.